Greetings wherever you are getting us live within the whole department of this country and beyond. It's your education Bantaba platform that always coming away every Monday from this time. I am your able presenter, Mr. Sanyang, and my co-host is Babukar Buso. He's not with us physically, but spiritually, he's with us. As I stated earlier, today I have a guest, a colleague, and a brother of mine, who is the National Assembly member, National Parliamentarian, the National Youth Parliamentarian of Brikama North Constituency, who recently concluded a school tour across the constituency aimed at engaging students and promoting youth participation and leadership. Sir, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Masan.
Yes, take us through your name, please.
Yes, my name is Honorable Muhammed Sanneh. I'm the Youth Parliamentarian for Brikama North Constituency.
Yes, thank you so very much, Muhammed Sanneh, or Honorable Sanneh, for honoring our invitation. Please take us through your biography.
Yeah, Muhammed Sanneh was born on the 27th of September 1998. I was born in Talindin, and then later we relocated in Tangi, where I can say I spent most of my time, and then that is where I did my nursery, lower, and then upper basic school. I did it in Tujeren. Upon completing, I came to Brikama. I stayed there, and then I did my senior secondary school in Kabafita Upper and senior secondary school. Upon completion, I went to the Gambia College, where I did my advanced diploma secondary program, and then taught for, I can say, for 3 years, 2 to 3 years, and then later proceeded to the University of the Gambia, where I am doing my undergraduate program.
Thank you, Mohammed, and then welcome to this unique program here at Atlantic TV. That's the education Bantaba platform that always coming away every Monday from this time. And then viewers, those at the receiving end, is my guest, is the National Youth Parliamentarian of Brikama North Constituency, the Youth Parliamentarian, I mean. So let's start the discussion. Yes, open question. Can you briefly introduce, you already did that. Okay, now you said the purpose of the tour. What were the main objective of visiting the schools, and what key message did you share with the students, especially the schools you visited?
Yes, thank you for asking that amazing question. I visited, I can say, most of the school within Brikama North, like Jami, St. Methodist, Mahat, Manchakoli, Shotokoi. I visited a lot of those schools. And then the reason behind those schools is to have to make a familiarization tour with the school admin, and then I know some of the issues affecting those students within the school, and then how well we can be able to collaborate, how well I can be able to work with the school to make sure to help those students. And I visited certain schools, and then I realized interesting issues that are affecting schools. Like other schools, they told me that this early pregnancy is very rampant in their school. And then they told me how well we can be able to collaborate and sensitize students on then the dangers of early pregnancy. And then other issues like public speaking. Some of the schools told me that some of their students lack that public speaking skills. How well we can be able to facilitate that, provide training facilities for them in order to boost their confidence, in order to boost their communication skills. I think those are some of the things we really discuss. And then as far as my tour is concerned, and then I think it will positively, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Honestly, it's a concern when you talk about early pregnancy or teenage pregnancy, especially scholars or the students who are at least in their academic field. But anyway, tell us what inspires this recent school tour within Brikama North.
Wow, what inspired it is because I also went to school, and then I completed it. I saw some of the difficulties that students normally go through. And then I realized that some of those problems need to be addressed. And then by going to schools, and then I can be able to get first-hand information in the schools, and then know what are some of those difficulties that students normally encounter, and then how well we can be able to collaborate with the school and other relevant authorities to make sure that those issues have been addressed. Yeah, as I told you earlier on, in the school, schools, students face a lot of difficulties, especially persons with disability. You know, at times I discuss with them what are some of the mechanisms that the schools is using to help those people. Some of the schools, they are really trying, they are doing amazing work, because some of them, they delegate special teachers that will help those individuals to be able to cope with some of the challenges going on in the school. And then other issues like students studying in other field areas like agriculture. Upon completing, the students will not be able to provide employment for themselves. How well we can be able to collaborate to invite individuals that will train those students. The moment they complete grade 12, they can be able to provide employment for themselves. Now, all those things are issues that really inspire me to venture into those things and then know the issues and then how well we can be able to address it together as relevant authorities.
Okay, then it's inspiring. Anyway, then we move into coverage and then activities. So in that regard, which schools were visited first, and what activity or discussion took place during the tour? So I'm sure you have visited so many schools within the constituency, and then maybe you may have a fruitful discussion with the administration and then maybe concerned students and so on. So please take us through that.
Yes, I visited a lot of schools, indeed, a lot of schools. I visited Methodist schools, that is in Brikama.
Methodist Academy.
Academy, yes, in Brikama. I also visited Jamisa Upper and Senior Secondary School. I visited Mahat, and then I also visited Deaf School, which is in Brikama.
Gadok.
Yeah,
it's called Gadok.
Yeah, Gadok, very good. And then I also visited presentation. I also visited Mansakoli Bojang, and then I also visited Kubune Lower and Upper Basic School. I also visited Sotokoi upper and upper basic school, and then Nemasu, Buffalo Nemasu, and then I visited a lot of schools. Perhaps I may not remember all those names. Yeah, I visited those things, and then most of the times the schools I really got inspired is Mansakoli Bojang, because just last Gabeki exam they have 30 students with aggregate 6, and then I am very, very curious how that happened. And then I have a discussion with the principal, Mr. Bojang, and Madam Anna, and then they told me some of the things that they normally delve into. They told me that Mansakoli, we normally operate uniquely, and then many people think that we normally spy or not on those things, but we don't normally engage in this. Now they told me that normally for them, they normally organize assembly on Mondays and Fridays, and then most of the assembly is normally coordinated by the students. And then any assembly, there is an activity. This assembly, there will be entrepreneurship training, and in this assembly there will be journalism training. Now they will divide students, and the students will also express the talent that they have. And then all those things are things that are very, very interesting. And then I am really inspired in most of those schools that I visited, and then they are really working extremely hard, extremely hard indeed. Yeah.
So okay. So those are some of the topic of discussion you have went through with the administration and other students. Do you also meet students and then you test their abilities during your tour at Mansakoli?
Not actually, because what I am, the main aim of the tour is to have a familiarization with the school admin, and then how well we can be able to collaborate. Because I even communicated in other schools that perhaps next week I want to provide a training facility, training activity for them, like public speaking, peace education, and other stuff. Now, the moment I do that, I will be able to interact with the students and then know certain things that students are really facing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. We move into youth engagement because it's key, and then you are also a youth, and then you are the one representing the youth of Brikama North constituency. So, how did the students respond to your visit, and what stood out to you during your interaction with them?
Yes, specifically, as I told you earlier.
Okay, you have made mention of that. Yes. Okay, but I trust it's very important, and then you also hear from the students.
The students,
yes,
absolutely.
Maybe at school level. Yeah. So not only hearing from the school administration,
absolutely,
but if you hear from the students, you may get to gather a lot of information needed during your talk. But anyway, we move into some of the challenges and then identify problems. So during the talk, what major challenges affecting students and young people in the constituency? Did you observe?
Yes, I think most of the challenges at times, even I had a discussion with the school admin. They told me some of the challenges that students normally face. One, that is lack of learning materials, because some of the students find it difficult to buy some learning materials, because some of the learning materials you can buy them at the bookshops, and then because the ministry cannot provide all those learning materials to students, at times they also need to buy, and then they told me those are some of the problems that students normally face. And then at times completing their syllabus at times becomes a problem because of certain activities. That one also affects students, and then regularity and punctuality of the students also is also an issue that normally affect the activity learning, and then the things. And then they also told me about at times community support, because at times parents don't normally support their children in terms of learning, and then that is an issue that is really affecting students, and it is also affecting teaching and learning. Now those are some of the issues that they were able to address. And even other schools were telling me that they don't have even a borehole in their school, and then students normally find it very, very difficult to get water whenever there is break time and other stuff. At times it forces them to leave students to go home because of there's no water in the school. Now they told me those are some of the challenges that students normally face in the school.
Okay, so do you have any idea to mitigate those challenges? Because these challenges are paramount and then they are key. Sometimes as a concerned teacher, sometimes school does close early because of no water, or shortage of water, and then we can only rely on NAVIC. So do you have anything to mitigate that?
Yes, if you follow my social media posts, I was lucky to secure a borehole project to the women gardeners of Bafaluto, and then I think I will try by all means, because the National Youth Parliament, what we do is the work we normally do is purely voluntarily. We do not have even a dime in the work we're doing, but we try to engage relevant authorities to make sure that they support, and then I will try by all means, and then engage relevant authorities on how well they can be able to support schools that really need water.
So do you identify those schools that are directly affected with water shortage?
Yes, just in this place, Kubune, I went to Kubune, they told me that for them at their school, they don't have a borehole. And then it is a problem that is really affecting them, that if they have that borehole, at least it will make learning and everything in the school very, very easier. Now, I think Kubune is one of the schools that really need that project.
Yeah. So we'll come into, before moving into the impact on students, I think it's very important for us also to discuss whether the regional office were engaged during your tour, whether the director is aware, or the regional office also, they also gave a blessing on your this tour. Yes.
Yes, not actually. Even next week Tuesday, we're supposed to meet the governor of West Coast region and have a discussion with him. Now the tour is ongoing, because I can say that since we assume office, we are in our 6 months or 7 months. You know, we still have time, and then we try to reach the regional authorities.
Relevant authorities.
Yes, and then share those challenges that the schools are facing, and then try and then work together to make sure to mitigate those things.
Okay, so we move onto impact on students. In what way do you think this tour will positively impact the student, especially in terms of leadership, civic responsibility, and education?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, most at times, these students, even the National Youth Parliament, they don't know about the National Youth Parliament. Most of the students, they don't know their right and responsibility. They don't know what they can be able to contribute as far as national development is concerned. And then I think these two will indeed have a positive impact on them. To know them as young people, they can be able to effect change wherever they are. And then these two will gear towards, helping those young individuals to explore the talent they have, and then those talents will be really be guided, will be supported to be able to have a lasting impact in them, and then help them to excel in their educational career. And then I am very optimistic that the tour will have an impact in them, and then this will not be the end, and they will be visiting schools to have more engagements with the students in order to help them in their academic journey.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we move into maybe in every tour there must be a vision, and then you work towards that vision. Whether do you have any slogan for this tour or a vision for the tour?
Yeah, the vision for the tour is to help to change the mindset of young people. Because many people believe that in the Gambia here, education has no use. You can be educated, at the end of the day, you cannot secure a job. But education has gone beyond that. It is the training of the mind to think. That is that one of the philosophers described as education. Now, young people need to take education seriously because nobody knows where you will find yourself. Because the moment you are educated, it helps you to explore certain areas. You know. Now, that is my main vision, to have young people to take education seriously, and the moment they completed education, they can be able to be creative, to be innovative, to create something for themselves, to develop themselves, even whereas the government did not employ them, other individuals didn't employ them, but they use their talent to develop themselves. Yeah, that is the vision that I have for me to change the narrative as far as education is concerned.
So that's the vision, and then you are working towards that vision. Anyway, we move into support and collaboration, because support and collaboration is key, and then that's the reason why you are on this familiarization tour. So did you receive support from school authorities or other stakeholders? And how important is such collaboration for youth development?
Yes, actually, I did not receive support support from other relevant authorities. Yeah, but the support I received when I went to schools, they really welcomed me, and then they really appreciate the idea that I came with, and then they told me that they are 100% ready to collaborate with me to make sure that we address this issue, because students' welfare is their concern, and then seeing me there and be very, very concerned about what students go through and then how to help students to develop, they were really appreciate my comment, and then they really told me that they are 100% ready to support the ideas, the activity that I want to put on in the schools to make sure that the students can excel in their education.
Yeah, so you are busy on a school tour, so and then I'll say yes, this is where you can tap young people, especially in schools. But not only in schools, there are other young people also who are venturing into skills. So do you have any plan for that?
Yes, if you also follow my social media posts, you tend to realize that I started content creation, where I started meeting young people who are engaging in skills activity, welding, carpentry, poultry production, engage them, talk to them, you know, what are some of the difficulties that they are having, you know, how well we can collaborate and then help them in order to excel in their skill setup. I've been doing that, and just currently our camera had a problem, you know, and then that is why our content creation is we stopped for the meantime, but we are indeed doing that to engage young people so that they can support them in their skill setup.
So what impact are they receiving from you?
Wow, most of the individuals following that page, they were indeed inspired, you know, because some were telling me that when I started, I have no dime, but now I can save up to 5 to 10,000 in my account, you know, and then they told me that you can be in the Gambia here and then be able to make change, to effect change. And then most of the people following me were very, very inspired with some of the work we are doing, and then some of the work young people are doing as far as skills is concerned.
Yes, we have been receiving tragedy incident when it's come into illegal migration. And then most of the people engaging in these illegal migrations are the youths. And then even in your constituency, there are people even using this rough way called the bag way. So what message do you have, and then what are the measures you and your team are trying to put in place to mitigate that?
Yeah, young people, even if you look at my content creation, anytime I engage young people, and then I also ask them this question, do you think that back way is the solution? Most of the people tell me that no, that is not the solution. You know, as young people, it doesn't worth it to go in a place whereby you can be able to sacrifice your life. It's either I go or I die. Young people need to move from that, because at times, if you look at it, there are certain factors that contributed to that. One of it is the society, because society put pressures on young people to an extent that young people think that whenever they are in the Gambia, they are failures. and then those ones have psychological issues on young people. And the other thing is family. Family also give pressure to young people. They think that as a young person, you need to travel for you to become a successful individual. And then the other thing is the government, because most of the young people don't believe in the leadership. They think that whenever they are here, they cannot be able to achieve their objective, they cannot be able to achieve their aims. Now all these ones are information, and the other thing is misinformation that is being given to them by other people that are there. They think that if you are there, you will be successful 100%. While there are a lot of difficulties that are there. And then all those things are things that are normally triggering young people to engage in this illegal migration. And then the other thing is, what are the solutions? You know, you cannot be advocating telling young people don't go to Bakwe, don't go to Bakwe without presenting something to them. You need to present something to them, and so that they can believe that they can be able to make it. You know, and young people are facing a lot of difficulties. You know, now at the moment you want young people to stay here and believe that they can be able to do that, present something, support them, give them grant, give them loan, support them in a project that they can be able to see themselves, and that they will have that belief, that zeal that they can be able to make it here and that they can be successful.
Yeah, Honorable Sanneh, we are now moving to a political system, and then most of these politicians, their powerhouse is based on these young people called the youths. And then, what message do you have, especially in this political time system? Yes.
Yeah, and then still, I will take you to my social media post. Currently, we started embarking. We started a tour to reach all the political leaders in this country. Yeah, the West Coast Youth Parliamentarian. We started that tour. The first one we meet the party leader of the Democratic Party, Hussein Dabo. We met with him and had a discussion with him on how well as political leaders can be able to make peace as far as election is coming. Because young people are the forefront as far as politics is coming. Now, that is our mandate. We try to meet political leaders, have a discussion with them, and tell them some of the difficulties that young people are having, because they are the people that will mantle those leadership positions. Now, we are trying to meet them, to have a discussion with them, to tell them that these are some of the difficulties young people are having, and then how well they can be able as political leaders to make sure that there is peace as far as election is concerned. We are indeed working extremely hard, and then we met him, and then we are also trying to meet other political leaders to share those messages to them.
So do you have any strong message to the youth to engage actively in politics?
Absolutely, because one philosopher said we are all political animals in one way or the other. Young people really need to engage in politics, because that is where you will identify an individual who will represent you, who will represent your voice, who will represent your life. And it is very, very important for us to identify competent individuals, people that have the country at heart, people who are patriotic. And then most of the times, you know, it is just disheartening. We normally had that this Minister X, Minister Y have stolen 5 million, 10 million. At times, young people become very discouraged. But we need to try and then look at the manifestos of those political leaders, analyze it, and see whether this particular individual, whenever he comes to office, he will be able to deliver. That is what young people need to do, and then try to get vote. Because we are more than 60% of government population. When young people come out, and then whosoever they want the person to vote, to stand, the person will stand. That means young people need to come out and then elect an individual who is competent enough to take this country forward.
Yeah, Honorable Sanneh, before you became a national parliamentarian, you were opposed, and then I'm sure those youths are still within the constituency. Are you engaging them in some of the development you are venturing in?
Yes, not all. At times, communication at times becomes difficult, but at times some of the youth parliamentarians, at times I have communication with them, and then advise me some of the things that I need to do as far as young people representation is concerned and other stuff.
And then the one who contests against you, are you still engaging them?
Yes. I mean, those are the individuals that I mean. You know, we are 5 in number. Yes, and then at times we do communicate, and then we share certain things. They give me advice. These are the things that if you do that, it will be okay, and other stuff. Yes, I do communicate with some of them.
Okay, and then they are still willing to rally behind you so that you can bring development to
absolutely.
Okay. Anyway, we move into future plans because anything there must be a future plan. Yes. Are there plans to continue similar initiative or follow up on the issue raised during the school talk?
Yes, there is future plan because the mindset I have, I think young people really need to be supported in the area of education because my future plan is to provide competition between schools in order to see talents and then support them, provide them with learning materials to engage relevant authorities to support them, and then even invite government individuals to come to the schools and see some of the things that young people are doing. Because at times, whenever you do not go to the field, you do not feel what is actually going there. But at least when we do that, that will be able to see the wider picture as far as young people are concerned in the school sectors.
Yeah, we move into message to the youths. What message would you like to leave with young people of Brikama North on the national at large?
Yeah.
And the nation at large.
Yeah, the message I have for young people is that every young person out there, you can be able to effect change wherever you are. Young people are the future of this country. They are the cream of the society. They really need to believe in themselves. Young people, whenever they believe in themselves, they can be able to effect change wherever they are. Because young people are the architect of a nation. They are the foundation of a nation. Whenever young people work extremely hard, they believe in themselves, they can be able to take this country wherever we want to see this country. Yeah, because but the moment when young people don't want to take responsibility, it will be difficult for us to move to that extent, to reach that highest echelon that we are all yearning for. And then I think it is high time for young people to wake up and then believe in themselves. You know, we have a lot of things. We have African Youth Charter, we have the youth policies and all that stuff. All those things are things that are guiding young people in order for them to effect change. And then you are never too young to effect change as far as young people is concerned. And then we really need to wake up and work extremely hard. And then when we do that, inshallah, we'll be able to effect change.
My last question, tell us your challenges, whether you face numerous challenges in your school talk.
Yes, I face these challenges. Challenges are inevitable in life, but you don't normally deal with challenges. One of the challenges I face as far as my tour is concerned is mobility. Yeah, because at times I need to go to other schools. At times I normally see one of my brother use his motorbike, fuel it, and then go to that place, and then we present them, because what we are doing is 100% voluntary. And then at times mobility become a problem. And then and the other thing is financial wise. You know, at times you want to implement certain project, financially you are normally constrained. And then those are some of the challenges that I am really facing. And then I know that when support is being there, there will be a lot of development as far as young people are concerned.
Yeah, thank you instantaneously, Muhammed, Honorable Sanneh, for sharing your insights and experience with us. We commend your efforts in engaging and empowering young people within Brikama North constituency. We wish you a success in your future initiative. And then those at the receiving end, we say thank you instantaneously. Without your participation, without you people, I wonder how this program will look like. But anyway, keep following the Education Bantaba platform, keep following Atlantic Online TV in the heart of Farato village. I am your able presenter, Mr. Sanyang, a teacher and a journalist and an activist. My co-host is Babukar Iye Busu, and until we have you in our next balloting. Thank you.
Damane ca Atlantic fofu nonu naka professional anything li ngeen ñul ci walum xarañ ñom ñoo fi gëna ak quality professional standard recording studio mu ngi fa fofu nonu bokay pour sen voice record ya xamne artist nga buga nga ñoo nga record lepang fa live band instrumental records la lepang fa mix ak master a lepp li nga sola danaka ñu ngi ubbi bes bu nekk bu len faté tamit am nañ sound system bu mag di Atlantic Sound International pour lepp li ngeen sola sen ciéti sen genté open events am na ci togu ak stage concert yamu ci lolu Atlantic TV ñu ngi fofu nonu naka pour sen live coverage video shooting la photo shoot manam printing ak lepp li nga soxla dal ci télévision di def ñu ngi leen ko defal yegal ñu tay su tanka di sey ci Farato manam dendo Farato juma bi mbite nga téléphone 3690787 3690787 pour Atlantic Media House lepp li ngeen soxla taxaw na tem